Okay, how's everybody doing this evening? I'm sorry, a few minutes ago I started a live stream, but because I could not get my camera to sync up, I had to end it. So if you were someone that was watching the live stream, I apologize. I had about 30 or 40 people watching, and I had to discontinue it because of my cameras. And I still don't have my camera working, so you're not going to be able to see me in this video tonight. But if you watch my videos, you know what I look like, because I make a lot of videos, mostly videos where I'm just looking into my screen on my iPhone. So tonight I have to do the computer because I've got some information I want to show you on the computer. And I would like to start doing Hangouts with people so that I can interact with people more. I mean, I had like 10, 15, 20 people jump up right away when I started the live stream. And I want to do that more often so we can do question and answer time and we can talk about EOS and also talk about other things that you want to know about. Because when I just talk on the screen at night, I usually talk about what it is I want to talk about, and then people react to that. But if I can interact with you, I think that'd be even better. I want to give you a quick update on the challenge application. We are ready to launch. It has been ready to launch for a long time, but we are really ready to launch now. We have Apple's making a decision on it right now as far as the App Store is concerned. So it's this is the second or third time we've gone through this with Apple. There's always a little bit of a hiccup with blockchain stuff and Apple. So we're waiting for that approval, and that's what's been taking the time. So we will be in the Apple App Store, and that's what we're waiting on. As soon as we get that done, the application will be live, and you'll be able to use it. So anyway, on to what we're going to talk about tonight. Actually, I want to talk about this for a second. I want to talk about, there we are. There's Molly's Instagram, and I don't know if this is going to show up in this video or not, because sometimes when you bring windows up and you're live streaming, the window does not appear in the video. It's kind of weird. I can bring some stuff up, it appears, other stuff doesn't appear. So anyway, I just wanted to show you New Year's. I think I made a video, but there's my wife, my daughter. Here's my daughter, but oh, where's the video at? We had a video of us dancing, and I wanted to show it to you. Oh, where's it at? That's why I don't always do live streams, because stuff doesn't always go as you think it's going to go. I'll just wait for a second because I think it'll appear. Here's one. That's the room we were in that night. There we are. All right.
My parents, everybody.
Enough of that. Anyway, that was New Year's Eve. We've got all the partying out of our system, and now we're ready to go forward with a brand new year. And fun is over. We're all business out now. So let's just talk about EOS and what's going on with EOS, and a little bit about the future, and a little bit about what I read today about EOS. I happened to pick up this video, and it says EOS price spikes 10% as Block One CEO floats voter rebates. So anytime I see 10% increases and something is related to that, I want to pay careful attention to what it is they're talking about. But first of all, they talk about EOB, or however you pronounce that. I don't know. I think they're out of where are they at? Singapore. I don't know if the H is silent or not. EOB, whatever. But they announced that they will be adding an exchange. EOB will be at the third largest cryptocurrency exchange, said in their official press releases that they would create an EOS-based derivative platform where traders would be able to take long and short positions using the EOS token. The announcement also revealed that EOS tokens would be used to arbitrage, speculate, and hedge on the platform. The event overall promised growth and demand for the cryptocurrency. Basically, what they're saying there is we're going to give you all the bells and whistles and all the tools to do whatever you want to do with it. You can leverage it, you can long, short, all these things that they do in the financial world. We're going to do it on EOB exchange, and we're going to do it with EOS pairs. So EOS will be paired up with another cryptocurrency, and you will be able to do all this trading and a lot of speculation you'll be able to do with it. Long, shorts, arbitrage, hedging, whatever it is you want to do. I was going to cover that the other night, but I didn't because it's been talked about before, but I wanted to cover that tonight because Yobi is also part of this next part of this information that I do want to cover, which is the bigger reason why I wanted to talk about Yobi, because they're a very prominent figure right now in the EOS blockchain, as they are having a cryptocurrency. Well, actually, they are an exchange. They are block producers, and they have been. There's been a lot of talk about Yobi, and we'll go into that here in a little bit. But Brendan Bloomer, our good buddy Brendan Bloomer, has said that the EOS community should consider the introduction of voter rebate from BP candidates to introduce free market pricing to block producers, drive more value back to token holders, and increase voter turnout. Unenforceable rules only hurt compliance. I think when he talks about unenforceable rules hurt the compliance, he's talking about the Article 4, no vote buy. No member shall offer nor accept anything of value in exchange for a vote of any type, nor shall any member unduly influence the voter of another. This has been an issue with EOS for quite some time. In fact, the matter, so much so that we have sister chains, Telos and EOS Force, that have very much addressed the issue of vote buying and BP collusion, and also how the 21 block producers are rewarded tokens for doing the blockchain. So this has been something I think that's been plaguing EOS. The idea that the BPs could possibly have the ability to collude together. And obviously, I pulled this up as a search, if you just go EOB, EOS collusion, and there's tons of articles about EOB and colluding with other block producers to earn rewards, to be in the top 21 or get as many rewards as possible. So I thought that was interesting that Brendan Bloomer is talking about this. And I actually 100% agree with him with what he's saying. This idea of having the stakeholders, actually the token holders, be able to get a reward for voting comes from the sister chain. It actually comes from EOS Force, right here with EOS Force. And EOS Force is from the eastern part of block producing, or the blockchain, and of course Telos is more westernized. But in EOS Force, they have a system involved where they're actually encouraging you or paying you to vote. Oh, where's it at here? Let me see if I can find it. I just had it a minute ago. Okay, the EOS Force, right here is where it starts. The EOS Force mainnet opens the rights for block producers to give user rewards, which effectively increases the willingness of the community to vote. So EOS Force is encouraging block producers to give rewards back to the voters, which is precisely what Brendan Bloomer is saying right here. In fact, he's calling it dividends. The EOS community should consider the introduction of voter rebates from BP candidates, rebates or dividends or some sort of reward system. So if you vote for a certain BP, they're going to be able to cut you back some reward for that vote. So what he's considering right now, what he's talking about in this tweet, it actually comes from EOS Force mainnet idea. So this is really the power behind EOS's open source platform, where other sister chains are addressing some of the problems with EOS, and they're solving them in the way they are trying to solve them, which is what EOS Force is doing, which is saying, hey, we're not going to have anything where you can't vote for a block producer or cut back or get some sort of reward for. We're going to encourage that, which is going to increase the amount of people that vote, which is why you've got to do it. That's why I agree with Brendan Bloomer, and this is why I agree with this proposal to do this. Hopefully they get this thing done, because the idea that thinking right now that rewards are passed out and everybody's going to play fair is ridiculous. It's not the way it's going to work. We want a chain that operates so that it's in the best interest of the stakeholders and the best interest of the blockchain. And yeah, you need to pay people to do that, but it all needs to be upfront and on the table. We can't have stuff going on in the background where people don't know what's going on. And that's what's encouraged some of these sister chains to why they changed it, why Telos has changed it, and that's why EOS Force has changed it. They're improving on the mainnet, the EOS mainnet, and Brendan Bloomer's telling you that by this tweet. Hey, we've picked up something here. We think you should consider EOS community, and we're thinking it's the way we're doing it right now is unenforceable, and we need to have a better system in play. And that's why EOS Force is encouraging you to vote. And this is why you're getting the reward back for voting for BPs. And there's some others part of that. I would encourage you to read EOS Force's all their information, because it's not only are they encouraging you to vote, they're also encouraging you to vote for people that haven't already been block producer. So keeping block producers refreshed, or keeping the top 21 rearranged, so you just don't have this stagnant group that ends up kind of controlling the rewards and ends up self-fulfilling themselves being block producer. So this is a really good idea. Obviously, it's something the market likes because it spiked 10% today. And I think this is the way would be the best interest of EOS mainnet to go in the direction of more of what Telos is doing and EOS Force is doing. And let's take a look at the market today. Where's it at? Do I have the market here today? EOS price. Because last time I looked, it was up about 9 or 10%. Let's see what's doing right now. I usually go to CoinGecko. Or yeah, it's up 5.5%, 5.3278. So it's had a good day. I had a good day yesterday too. So the market likes this. I think maybe that's always a good indicator. But let's go to block producers. Let me just show you the block producer rewards here real quick. And here, where am I at? I'm on EOS IO tools vote. I think this is whoever this is. There's a number of the sites you can go to and look at the block producer top 21 and the validators and see how the rewards are going. Right now, see, you've got EOB is the #1 block producer. They're getting the most amount of rewards. They're getting 868, which at today's prices is roughly $2,500 a day. This is an exchange that does $500 million worth of exchange crypto trading a day. And they're the 3rd largest exchange in the world. So I don't know that $2,500 for EOB is a big deal. Maybe they're doing this because they feel like they want to be block producers, so they have a vested interest in the chain, making sure everything goes properly. I don't know. I don't know what their ulterior motive is, but obviously I don't think EOB's big motivation is money, because they're a very prosperous operation, and I don't think $2,500 a day is keeping them going. So, and then of course we go into the next 21 or the 21. All these, the EOS Nation, good job. They're in the top 21, and these are the top 21, and these are the rewards that the top 21 get. And I'll show you. If you keep going down here, they're going to dry up here pretty quick. You're at 231. Next page. See, these are all 0. They stop at about 88. So EOS Candy #1 is the last one to get. They got 103 block producer rewards. And I'll show you where we show up on this list, because we started late. We were doing our application, and we didn't want to do block producing the application at the same time, because we wanted to put all of our energy towards making the app. And then once we got the app and we thought it was pretty well able to launch, then we went ahead and started doing block producing. So we've been block producers for about 2 or 3 months, and we're showing up Let's see where we are. Oh, we're at 119 right now. So you see, we get 0 block producer rewards. So we don't get anything for being block producers. And we don't only get anything, we lose a lot of money. It's kind of interesting, funny, kind of, because January 1st, after having a good night of celebration for the New Year's, I get up the next morning and I look at my account, and my account's down a big amount of money. I'm not going to tell you how much, but it was down a big amount of money. And one of the reasons it was down is because I had to pay for the server for being block producers. So the server cost came out of my account the evening of New Year's, and the next morning I got up, saw that the money was taken out of my account, and I thought, wow, why was anybody taking my money out on January 1st? There's no business done on January 1st. Where did all this money go? Well, it went to the servers that we use in order to host the blockchain, so to become block producers. So we don't get any rewards. And most of these, and it goes on for a number of pages here as far as how many block producers there are. So none of these block producers are getting anything. Only the top 85, 88 are getting something like that. But I think a good idea for block producers would be the system that Brennan Bloomer has was tweeting about today. I think the market liked it, and I think that's definitely the direction it's going. You see EOS Forces using that system of being able to have block producers give out rewards for people voting for them. It also encourages people voting. And that's the biggest problem I have with the way it's being done today, is that you don't have everybody voting. I'd be okay with the way it's being done today if everybody was voting. But you got a very small percentage of people voting right now. And not only that, you got a very small percentage of people that are invested in the vote, that are actually doing research on their vote. In fact, a lot of people, they don't really care if EOB is not only block producers, but also being able to control voting, because they just figure, hey, I don't know much about the other block producers. Why not just let EOB do everything? Which is a good idea if you were knowing everything there is to know about everybody else and knowing what everybody else is contributing, and you had all the info and you really were educated on this. Well, then, yeah, go ahead and let whoever wants to control the voters or control the voting, let them go ahead and do whatever they want to do. But, and I believe this article was written back in October on Medium, October 26th, about the block producers. And even here they're saying that with the way Bain Force does it, they're getting 80% of the voters, a high percentage of voting, whereas Mainnet's around 40%. I don't know if that's accurate or not. It seems like it wouldn't be exactly 40, exactly 80, but you can see that you're getting a lot more participation if you're getting paid for it. And why not? I mean, that's one of the problems with the Democratic, that's one of the problems in the United States of America, is people aren't voting. Even like in the last presidency, it was so close between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. And even Donald Trump didn't even win the popular vote. Hillary did, but because of the Electoral College and the way certain states still have a disproportionate share of votes for the president in relationship to actual population, Hillary wins the popular vote, but Donald Trump actually wins the election. You have a number of people that don't vote. Now, think about the election, presidential election in the United States and any other country. If people were paid to vote in a way that you could pay, you got paid to go vote without having an interest, where people could accumulate that money. And then again, you got collusion again. But if you're paid to vote, you probably get a greater voter out. You'd have more voters going out to the polls and voting. So if anything, it stimulates people voting, and that's what you really want to do. You want to get people voting. You want to get them active. You want to get them educated about who's out there and what they're doing, who's contributing to the health and wealth of the EOS blockchain. And I happen to know a lot of these block producers, and I know a lot of people have put a lot of time into this block producing and haven't gotten much for it, for doing that. And unless you have some system of allowing these people to be interchanged at the top, a lot of people just won't do it. I mean, they'll give up on it and they won't continue to pay the server costs, and that's going to hurt the chain. You want to make sure that the people that are involved with this have the best interest of everybody in mind, and that's why I think you've got to open it up for the people to actually get a reward back. So block producers are actually cutting reward backs to people that are voting for them. And I think it's a good idea. And I think Brennan Bloomer sees this. And I think it's going to strengthen the blockchain, as well as what strengthens the blockchain is that more people vote, more people take an interest in this, they're getting paid for it, and that we have sister chains that are running other voting systems, and we can see how well that's working and how that's benefiting other side chains, sister chains. And it's also making the blockchain overall stronger, the mainnet stronger. So this is a really good idea. This is why I like EOS. They seem very flexible with making these ideas. And they will make this much better. This blockchain will be much, much better. That's why I made a video last night about the token going to $100 a token, because of days like this. When I see the flexibility and the adjustment, I see that big, big money is involved. And I think with EOB, they're actually involved with a big bank too in Russia. I think I read someplace that they have some connections with some major banks as far as trading is concerned and whatnot. So there's a lot of big players involved with this, and there's some really good minds, and there's some flexibilities and some ability for people to continue to improve and make things better. And I think today was a big step in that direction, if we follow through and make those changes. So I just wanted to bring that out. Like I say, I'm going to be making some more videos in the future, talking a little bit more about some of these kinds of things, instead of just talking about how well things are going with the EOS blockchain, but also making some videos covering some of the content that I found online today. So anyway, I don't know how long I'm going because I'm not used to doing it this way, so I can't see how long the video is, but I appreciate you watching. Thank you.